Fuck this shirt. A little bit of backstory. I bought this shirt a couple of years ago it was on clearance, and I bought it for the honeymoon cruise for a couple of reasons. It has two pockets. Now, when you're traveling anywhere, really, anywhere, they always tell you it's not a good idea to keep things in your pants pocket because that's pickpocketing easy mode. And I like having the extra pocket, the extra shirt pocket, because I can keep my wallet and my phone and my camera all within easy reach. Plus, if I'm on a beach, I can go wading in the water and not worry about anything important getting wet. Because I don't really swim, so this just makes everything super convenient. Now, I do have two other shirts with the extra shirt pockets. But over the last 2 years, this shirt has been a source of some ire. Now, I've said in other videos before how when I'm at work or when I'm shopping, I don't like people asking me questions when I'm off the clock. When I'm at work, I will go out of my way to help you. When I'm at work, when I'm on the clock, if you need a glass of water, I will walk barefoot into the bowels of hell to get you a glass of water because that's what I'm paid to do. But when I'm off the clock, when I'm not wearing a vest, or when I'm not in a store that I work at, I don't like people asking me shit. And there are some exceptions, okay? Look, I was at a Whole Foods once, and a customer needed to reach something on a high shelf, and I just happened to be the tallest person there. So, of course, I help because that's just what people do. It's courteous. But I do hate it when people just see me and presume that I'm the person to ask questions. And this shirt, there's something about this color of shirt. Now, it doesn't even look the same shade as a lot of the blue vests at Walmart, but I think what the problem is, because so many different companies have this shade of blue in their uniform, people are automatically tuned to lock into that and say, oh, this person must either work here or must know stuff. When I first wore this, another passenger on the cruise ship. So my first cruise was on the Sunrise, and it was early in the morning, and I was walking around the boat. Everybody's asleep, so it's relatively quiet. And I had another passenger asking me something, and I'm like, I don't know because I don't work here. Like, this is not a Carnival cruise shirt. If you ever go on Carnival, the Carnival color scheme is very different from this. I think some of them wear a blue shirt, but the point is, I've been asked for stuff when I was at Walmart, or not Walmart. Well, yes, Walmart. Walmart, customers in another Walmart will ask me stuff, but I've been at Walgreens. I was at Walgreens, not looking like I'm working, like I'm clearly shopping. You can pretty much tell when somebody is just shopping, okay, because you know what it looks like when you're shopping. But a customer walks up to me and asks me where something is, and I said, Miss, I don't work here. And it's especially glaring because the Walgreens shirt is not this color. It's not blue. It's not blue. I was asked for something in two different Dollar Generals, and my husband was there for one of them. And by the way, Michael warned me several times that if I wore this shirt, people would think I was an employee. I was at a Dollar General. I can't remember what he was looking for, but I was with him. And this woman walks up to me and says, "Hi." And I said, "Hi, are you about to confuse me for an employee?" And she said, "No," and she slinked off. And Michael laughed his ass off because he saw that coming a mile away. We didn't know the person. The only reason I was so friendly is because I thought she was somebody who knew Michael because he's a social butterfly. So, especially when I'm with him in public, I try not to be rude to people. But he was not with me yesterday. He wasn't with me. I was at Stewart's, and I had a customer ask me something. And I don't know if you've been to a Stewart's before. You may not be from the area of the country where Stewart's is, but Stewart's uniforms don't look like this. Stewart's uniforms are not blue. But a customer asked me for something anyway, and she wasn't somebody who recognized me. Now, most people who know me through Michael know that if they see me in public and they want to say hi to me, they have to identify themselves because I can't tell them apart from everybody else. When I'm at work, I have the excuse of saying, "Oh, I'm sorry I didn't recognize you. I'm in a different mindset when I'm at work." So I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I just, when I'm at work, I try to focus on my work, and everybody's a customer there. So I just try to treat everybody like a customer and not a friend or a family member. But when I'm out and about in public, people have to remember I don't always recognize people. And unless I've been talking to that person for a long time, or unless I see that person regularly, I can't remember every single individual person I've met. And I've been reintroduced to about 50 cousins that I've seen 1,000 times. So if you're somebody I only met once at a funeral 3 years ago, you got to tell me who you are. This person was none of those things. I think she was a tourist, but she started asking me something and I wasn't in the mood. So I flat out, first she said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "No, you may not." She did not get the hint though, because then I was in line with my purchase waiting and she just happened to be in front of me. And she turns around and proceeds to ask me something. And she knows it was me because I'm wearing the shirt, because nobody else is wearing a shirt this color. She's like, she started asking me something. And so I was a bit harsh with her. I said, "Excuse me, I just told you a second ago, I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone, go about your day." I was rude, but I didn't have to impress her. I wasn't there to impress anybody. I was there to get in, get my stuff, and get out. She still wasn't getting the hint. She started lecturing me about being rude. And finally, I just flat out said, "Focus on what you're supposed to do and go about your fucking day." All right? Because I'm at the start of my vacation. I don't want to put up with other people. All right? And I think a verbal request to leave me alone should be more than enough. And I don't need to politely ask somebody, "Stop talking to me." It's called reading the room. If somebody doesn't want to talk to you, don't try to lecture them about how rude they're being. That's like you're trying to win at Caesar's Palace with Disney bucks, all right? It's not happening here. And I think she ran her mouth to the cashier, but nothing happened of that because I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was tell her to mind her own business and leave me alone. There were a ton of other people in that store. Hell, she could have gone to the registers and asked the cashiers there. The cashiers are there to answer questions. I don't know why she thought that I was in a question answering mood. And yeah, go ahead and tell me in the comments section what a rude person I am. I don't care. Again, Caesar's Palace, Disney bucks. Anyway, so yeah, I'm ditching this shirt for the cruise because I don't want to be rude to somebody on the cruise, but I'm in the mentality right now that I do not want. It's one thing if I see somebody who needs help and I'm able to give that help. If somebody needs help opening a door, or if somebody needs to know where the restroom is, of course I'm going to tell them where it is. If I happen to be the person they ask, or I happen to be the person who knows, I'm going to tell them where it is because that's just the nice thing. That's just the right thing to do. But I don't want people approaching me as if I'm somebody who can answer questions. There's a fine line between being friendly and sociable and expecting people to serve you. And I am not in the mood for the next 2 weeks. I'm not serving anybody. For the next 2 weeks, I am on the cruise with when the cruise starts, it's the 14th. I am there for my family. I am there for the friends that we are bringing with us. And and my husband, and those are the only people who I'm on the clock for. So I'm ditching this shirt. So fuck this shirt. And I feel bad for it because the shirt didn't do anything wrong. But fuck this shirt.